What up, guys? Today we're gonna start routing our oil lines and start buttoning up the little things on this car. So I'm gonna start with doing the drain line first because I think that's gonna take the most time. I'm gonna take the pan off and then drill it, tap it. I'm not too sure exactly how that works yet, but we'll figure it out. What up, guys? So I'm just gonna update you guys. I haven't been recording much, sadly, but I got the oil pan off. I didn't record this because it's sort of hard to get the camera down there and get the right angle, but I got the bung for the oil return line welded into the pan. I put some welds on the front and the back. Not the prettiest welds, but they'll do the job. I still gotta clean this up real good just to make sure there's no metal shavings in it. And the intercooler is mounted properly. I'm not too sure where I left off in the last video. I got the blow-off valve mounted to the pipe. And now I think I'm gonna go ahead with starting to make the oil return line to the proper length. I had to learn how to use this fitting style, but I think I've got it down. So I'm gonna see how long I need to make it after I put the oil pan back on, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm just gonna throw the oil pan on and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I just finished getting the oil pan back on. It's fully bolted down, torqued. The flywheel cover's back on. So here's my bung that we welded in. So this is where the oil drain's gonna come for the turbo. So on the turbo I have it clocked, so the oil drain's right here, right, going straight down. So basically this is just gonna shoot down, and then there's gonna be that hose that we're building with the fittings that goes from here to here. So it's a pretty straight shot right there. So I think the next thing I'm gonna do is either finish building that line, or I'm thinking I might go ahead and take the oil filter off and then put the oil filter sandwich adapter on, because that's where we're gonna get our oil feed from. So the oil feed, it's gonna be taken from the oil filter sandwich plate that we're gonna put here, and then that's where the turbo will get its oil from. What up, guys? So it's been a while since I've worked on this thing, but I just finished getting the oil line made. I didn't record it because it was a big pain, but basically what I had to do is get this fitting onto the hose first, get it up here, and then really carefully measure how long it needs to be. And then I got this another straight fitting so that it flexed enough properly to get to the oil pan without getting kinked up over here. That kit did not come with two of these straight ends, that's why one's black. So if you're gonna be doing this on this car, you're definitely gonna wanna get this. Or I honestly, not looking back, I would have just not even bought the kit, because my local store Mopac has the lines and these fittings for about the same price as the kit. So yeah, that's what I would have done looking back. So next up, I want to get my painted valve cover back on, get that all sealed up, just so the top end is all complete and I don't need to worry about that anymore.
Remember how you held me thin? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I call for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
I've decided I want to take the manifold and the turbo off and completely install them with the gaskets and all the bolts and torque them completely down so that I can get that out of the way, since all the fitment there checks out and everything is ready to go. It matches the intercooler. So that can be installed properly, and then that's one thing I don't need to worry about for the rest of the build. So tonight might be the day I decide to start up the Civic with the turbo for the first time. So the manifold and turbo is all mounted, torqued with the gaskets now. I just got to tighten this, and then the downpipe I just mocked up with 2 bolts. I am gonna need to do some cutting and welding for that one for it to match up to the existing exhaust. But the intercooler is all mounted and all the couplers are tightened properly and the blow-off valve is on. So now all that is left to do is run my oil feed line, and I want to change the plugs too before I start it. But other than the oil feed line, like, this thing is basically ready to be started up for the first time. So depending on how much I get done tonight, I might go ahead and start it up.
Yeah.